All right, so today we have the new Light King. I don't actually know what to call this guy. True Guardian King is the name. Obviously, he's a spring seasonal unit, so he has a couple of like seasonal animations, which I'm not the biggest fan of when a character is like brand new and they get a seasonal version. But very cool unit. I think people have been kind of wanting to get this king for quite a while now, and he's a 600 unit and he's a light rarity or light attribute, which is kind of cool. I think that's always kind of interesting. If I'm not mistaken, I think the last one that we got was Percival, but really thinking this is a cool unit. Let's go over this unit, and then obviously Elaine also got an LR in this update as well, so we're going to have to go over her because they're going to be working, together, and it's going to be pretty much a fairy team. I think the character does work with giants as well, but it's kind of weird. We get a new king. It's going to make it to where you can't use the King and Deanne Festival unit, which was already like a great unit. So obviously fairies don't have a whole lot of characters to choose from. Would be nice to get some support from the two different OC storylines that we have, but whatever. Either way, if you want to skip ahead, feel free, but I'm excited about this character nonetheless. So for each applicable ally participating in battle, their basic stats increase by 7% and the hero's max HP increases by 15%. This is big because the character's attack skills, or just skills in general, go off of his HP stat instead of his attack, like most units do. So HP based unit, which is always kind of interesting. Applicable allies are fairies and giants. Gains elastic stem at 2 stars, rank 2, at the start of the battle. That is his counter card. When the hero inflicts damage on an enemy, applicable allies' basic stats increase by 5% up to a maximum of 20%, and the enemy is inflicted with failing grade seasonal effect for 2 turns, and that is attack related stats are minus 20%, damage taken is plus 80%, so that's actually pretty big. If the hero inflicts damage using a single target attack, one skill is deleted from the target, and the hero inflicts damage using a single target attack on an enemy affected by failing grade, the target is petrified. So cool that they brought Petrify back. It's been quite a while since we've had a unit with Petrify, and I always kind of associate that debuff with King in general. If the hero is assuming a stance, or if there is a petrified enemy, applicable allies' damage taken from the enemy skills does not exceed 40% of their max HP. So as long as there's a petrified on the enemy or enemy on the field, your team has a damage cap, which is really big in this meta because there's a lot of damage going on in this meta. So his first move is a single target attack with just HP. That's it, actually. Inflicts damage equal to 46% of max HP on one enemy. No damage modifier, no skill modifier on this is kind of crazy. Didn't realize that this morning. We'll see how much damage that does, I guess. Assuming a stance to taunt enemies for 1 turn, inflicting damage equal to 90% of the hero's diminished from max HP, which is interesting. So he needs to be lower HP for this to deal more damage. Obviously, that could backfire if they one-shot him and you don't have your damage cap on yet. So not entirely sure how that's going to go. It looks like at level 2 and 3 he gains debuff immunity, which is always a nice perk. And then his ultimate is increases the hero's attack-related stats by 30%. I have him 5/6. I don't know, how does this scale actually? Looks like 30% across the board actually. He doesn't really scale. Okay, so you have to have him at least 2/6 to get the remove buff effect, which is fine. For 2 turns, removing buff effects from all enemies, then inflicts power strike damage equal to 686% of attack on them. So that's all enemies. Power Strike ultimates are really strong, at least they used to be. Been quite a while since we've had a Power Strike ultimate, but I can only assume it's still pretty good. Let's go over Elaine really quickly. So she did get an LR this update. I'm actually pretty interested in it. It's the red Elaine as well, which is the old school, I think this was the first one that came out. She's also a Christmas seasonal unit. And she already has a holy relic and everything, which is interesting. So increases all enemies damage taken by 30% when they have shock debuff. We actually do gain shock debuff. I don't know if this got changed. I don't remember if she always had this. I could only assume she didn't, because I think this was just a corrosion card to begin with. But now it is inflicts corrosion damage equal to 20% of the remaining HP for 1 turn, inflicts damage equal to 100% of attack, and applies shock on all enemies. I can only assume that because this is after the rest of it, it's not bundled in with the attack itself. I think that this, even if it gets like if they have mobility or anything like that, I assume this is still going to go off. I'm hoping that's the case, because mobility is kind of a big obstacle in the meta right now if they're running humans. But the passive is obviously the big thing here. I think they only kept like a small chunk of the passive from what I remember seeing out of the patch notes. Increases fairy allies' basic stats by 5% for each one participating in battle. So with this one and the king, there's going to be a lot of basic stats going around. Grants fairy allies Gift of Life for 2 turns at the start of the battle. And that is HP-related stats are plus 15%, immune to recovery-related stat restrictions, so that's good for the new Escanor's talent, right? It's called a talent, pretty sure. Immediately recovers HP equal to 50% of their damage taken when when attacked during the enemy's turn. So that's actually a really good sort of like extra bit of HP back. Could be a little counterintuitive for you needing King to be lower HP, but obviously you want him to survive, so I'm assuming that's going to be okay. If the hero has Gift of Life, they become immune to Ignite effects. This is literally just a hard counter to, what's his name? New Fire Force collab main character, Shinra. When a fairy ally uses a skill on an enemy or counters their attack, which is obviously for King, it inflicts additional damage equal to 15% of the attacker's max HP and applies the bleed effect for 2 turns when damage is dealt using a skill. For each poison, bleed, shock, and corrosion effect on an enemy, their attack-related stats decrease by 10% each time the hero inflicts one of those status effects, or well, it's actually only bleed, shock, corrosion, not poison, effect on an enemy. Their basic stats increase by 5%, limit of 10 times. So that could be a 50% increase, which is quite high. All of this sounds really good on paper. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work out. I can only assume it's going to be good, at least just from the sound of things. I'm going to be running Lancelot as my third. I thought about maybe running Deanne for like a taunt counter, or like just a taunt, not a counter. But Lancelot is a really good DPS character, and I can only assume he would be best in slot here. I think this character's name is Beta. I can't remember. Yeah, Beta. She's just a good backliner fairy stat buffer. So that's the only reason I'm using her. I'm running HP food just to help King with his stance. And unfortunately, I'm already in Champ 1, so could be Bot City. We will see. Okay, quite a bit of load time on this one, so I can only assume this is going to be a real player. We do out CC, which is... I mean, I'm not super surprised. That's unfortunate. But at the same time, like, I assume people are going to be running CC food. Also, just to note, in the last video I said I was going to use humans. I tried to use catastrophes. I know that's not the human team, but I tried to use catastrophes because I was like, hey, new LR, Roxy's a catastrophe. We just got Valenti, who is a catastrophe backliner. So I tried to run like an actual catastrophe team. Didn't work. Wasn't good. Don't recommend that. I did use the human team a little bit here and there, but overall, it was just, yeah, like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but I was just kind of bored, and I didn't really want to make a video on it. We still have stance turn 1, so I think what we're going to do here is apply shock on everybody, use the single target card, and then I'm going to try to just straight out of the gate. I should have, well, I wanted to put that on first. That didn't do a whole lot of damage. That actually could kill. No. Actually, yeah, I don't think that killed. I was going to say, I don't know if that popped Valenti's passive with the res or not, but I don't think it was quite that much damage. We did a lot to the Roxy's, the only reason I was questioning that. Boom. 290's not bad. Got our HP back. 241. She got her, okay. He's 500! I love a good stance unit, man. Alright, so we've probably increased our stats by quite a bit. I never know what I'm looking at the stats in this game. I don't pay attention to stats all that much. Let's just go ahead and do another one of these. We'll see if we can kill off her with her taunt up. Not entirely sure. Much better damage there. We actually petrified as well. And then we kill her off, actually. Roxy can be quite a problem, but at this point in the match, I don't imagine she's going to be able to wipe everybody by any stretch of the imagination. Big single target. Oh, wow. We tanked it pretty hard. Okay. I like it. I like it so far. Like I said, I'm already on Trample 1, so this is a bot, I'm pretty sure. At least I'm actually pretty positive. So, 257. Okay, so obviously, turn 1, he's not going to do crazy damage out the gate by any means. But, okay, pretty cool ending screen there as well. But, obviously, once he gets ramped up, he kind of reminds me of Baldur a little bit. Baldur was like, kind of like a decent counter to begin with, but like really snowballs pretty hard. And I like the Fairy team, and I love teams that use like the damage over time debuffs. I've always thought that was a cool mechanic, and there's so many scenarios where they come out with a character that has it, and it's really cool. And then unfortunately it falls off because they end up coming out with somebody who just has like a stat remove or like a cleanse or something like that, and it ends up falling off. But I don't know, it's not I mean, everything looks to be working so far. I don't know if I should AoE here because he has Eva. Okay, the evasion there. I should have used that first to try to see if mobility would have worked. Not 100% sure if it would have or not. Okay, so we don't get stat restricted, which is good. I wonder if double counter will remove the flame buff. I can't ever remember the name of it. Every Escanor has a different flame buff. Okay, he got a lot of HP back there. That was a lot of damage. Falling Grade, infinite space. Is the counter gonna... DOT killed there, which is really good. We have co-destruction on Elaine. She doesn't have... Well, she might have like one debuff on at the moment. No, I don't think she has any red debuffs on. Ooh, that did a lot of damage, actually. Okay. She gets HP back, though, which is really good, so we can just use this to kind of spam and try to get rid of her shield. Escanor is disabled at the moment. It did not look like the counters actually were going to remove the buff, unfortunately, but that might have been a little strong, to be fair. Let's see. Can they petrify themselves? I actually don't know. Obviously, one brand new character and a complete rework on Elaine. I'm almost positive I'm not going to be running these characters at maximum efficiency by any stretch. But you know, it is what it is. I'm just having fun testing out a new character, so don't get on to me too bad here. Okay. Her Yiwa's shield is down now. 325 on that is not bad at all. Get our ultimate. That actually could be cool. I don't actually think I've seen the ultimate animation because we're in PvP. It's going to get cut short a little bit. I may end up playing a little bit of geared PvP as well because I'm kind of interested in seeing how he does with gear. I did build him his own gear set. That actually looks like it's going to kill. Oh. We get the HP back from the counter before it does the extra damage, which is actually really good for us. Let's do... Not that first. Oh, she still has a shield up. Oof, this actually might... Well, hopefully that doesn't kill Elaine. And then we're going to remove his buff. I would like to do it the other way, but well, honestly, we probably could have just hit... We probably could have just hit Yiwa with the single target and it wouldn't have been that bad. Yiwa dies there. Problem is, he got his ultimate off on that. We petrified him. But, obviously, like I said, I did not play that quite correctly. Also, all of the April Fools... I deserve that. All of the April Fools, whatchamacallits, artworks are out right now because it's this is the closest update to April. They always end up doing that. I don't actually think I can win this. I don't think there's any chance I win this. So we're probably just going to move on. I deserve that, though. We petrified him and then literally just broke it. And I should reread his passive to make sure I'm not doing that again. Okay, so I reread over it. I'm pretty sure what it's saying is once you use a single target attack, it puts the... Would Petrify overwrite this, actually? I'm kind of interested to know that. Like, if I double attack here, this should give Failing Grade. This should Petrify. Just testing out of curiosity. So that does that. They gain Failing Grade. We attack again when you use a single target skill on an enemy. Okay. So that's good. She's petrified. She's not going to be able to put her stance back on, or her taunt back on this turn, which is actually really strong. Getting to the other units on the team is kind of a big deal. A lot more damage there. Okay. Can't complain. AoE. That did a lot. 223 is a lot of damage, but we did not... It doesn't look like a lot compared to her health bar. Ooh, that was so close. Okay. Overall, still not bad. Let's go. We obviously want to stance back up. I think we just try to go ahead and kill off her. The AoE damage, I don't know if we're going to kill Salos here. Nah, it didn't kill Salos, unfortunately, but that's okay. We have our ultimate. We have a stance up. Oh, but she got her ultimate. Ooh, that's actually really bad. I should really keep a character petrified, because that would make sure that I have a damage cap for ultimates like this. Didn't kill me, surprisingly. Okay. We gained a lot of HP back. Nice. Not quite a kill. I'm betting we kill Roxy. Bam. Only 195, but she was kind of lower on HP. Not bad. Okay, we have a lot of debuffs on. This doesn't remove our debuffs, but it's not the worst. Let's just make sure that Salos dies, because then we're pretty much golden at that point. This, what did it say? Gives us attack-related stats, I think. Overall, pretty cool. I mean, I need to see the full animation for that, of course, but let's swap over to Geared. Okay, I just realized that in Ungeared I had Sabnak as my link on King. I mean, it gave us... It's attack-related stats, so we got more crit chance of crit damage, but the attack itself, like the attack, like, it doesn't work on him. Like, it's no good. So, so even though they have the shield, this should actually put shock on, I think. Let's go ahead and just do this. Actually, maybe should have tried to kill off the Roxy here. But I don't actually know if that would have made the biggest deal. They got corrosion, but they did not get shock. Okay. Not entirely sure how that's working. Because the way that they have it written, it was like, okay, the attack goes off, applies shock, which is not how it played, which is a bit unfortunate. A lot of damage there. The HP back from Elaine is actually so good. That is helping tremendously with just like surviving. Because like obviously the meta right now is really harsh. They can kill you pretty fast in this meta. So this should put shock on everybody. Let's go ahead and stance back up, and then I don't have anybody marked at the moment, so Lancelot's not going to do a ton here. But we should still be able to kill. I'm hoping we should still... Yeah, okay. There's no way we... Well, she has Ludo Link on. Okay, still killed, even with no debuffs. That's a co-destruction card, so I wasn't sure that was going to do a whole lot. Lancelot got attack sealed from the Gother coming in on the field there. Let's see how this goes. Dude, the amount of damage we're tanking is crazy. Well, he's disabled. That's... Don't listen to me. Kill? Ah, so close. Okay, he's... Well, actually, Elaine has the Tarmia link on, so that's not going to disable him again. This is going to kill Bon, unfortunately, so it's not even going to it's not going to remove the Escanor because he's going to refresh. Let's just go ahead and do this, because why wouldn't we? That kills him. That refreshes Flames of Obliteration. Okay, that kills. 406 is not bad at all, considering it's an Elaine unit. So I can't complain. Okay, we get 2 Elaine cards. One of them is the single target, so we can mark Escanor here, use the ultimate, and then kill with Lancelot. Let me see your cards. Why didn't this card get revealed? They changed this? I don't think so. Why don't I see that card? Am I stupid? Am I dumb? I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Boom. That removes flames. Should kill, right? Oh yeah. 1.1. Okay. He's the only character on the field with an attack set for me, so I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting there. Escanor's not actually that tanky. It's just the fact that he literally gains a damage cap and can't drop below 50% while he's got Flames of Obliteration out. That's the hard part to deal with, but so far, I like this. I like the Fairy team. It rarely gets support, so the fact that this works, and pretty decently at that, is pretty cool. Loving that. Mirror match is interesting. I don't actually know how this is going to play. I felt like that did a lot. 454 is pretty high. Okay, alright. If that would have killed Elaine, I would have been I would have been like, whoa. Honestly, I think we try to play it a little safe. Okay, that's good. We throw a level 2 stance on. He's got to... He has to stance back up if he has it, which I would assume he has it. Top decking another level 2 is pretty insane. Okay, let's see how this goes. Also, there's a new Deanne coming out. I think it's a fighter Deanne, which is the old one. Not entirely sure how that's going to go, but I assume she's going to take the Lancelot slot here whenever she's out. We shall see. I don't know if I risk it. Honestly, whatever. I forgot about Helbram, actually. I don't know if he's the better backliner in this scenario. I'll have to reread him because it's been quite a while since I've even used the Helbram, to be honest with you. Oh, it didn't kill Elaine, but it was so close. Oh, nice. All right, it's GG's. Lancelot, I forget sometimes that at 6'6", he literally deals double damage on that card. So, quite good. Let me read over Helbram really quickly, because he actually may be the better backliner. Okay, so his Holy Relic is just a straight 20% increase to Fairies. That actually may be better. Plus, he gives attack-related stats to the Fairies, whereas Beta is 15%, I think? No, okay, so it's 6% on the field, right? Participating in battle. So what is that, 18%? So yeah, I think Helbram would technically still be better, because it's you get 2% extra on top of the attack-related stats. Plus, we get a little bit more CC because he's an LR and he's got higher stats. Okay, what are we looking like here? Plus, we get added benefits and everything, because Helbram is a backliner 100%, and he has a couple of extra benefits. I'll be honest, don't remember what they are right now. I should have just went ahead and read over his entire passive. Let's go ahead and shock, and we'll hit a single target on these two, so that way we can go ahead and get a couple of stacks for Lancelot's passive. Failing Grade is now active. We did disable Elaine, but not a huge deal, to be honest. I think she's pretty much just going to be here for the passive regardless. That was a lot. That was a really good amount of damage. The HP back from Elaine's passive, though, is quite high. 1.1. In case you're curious, for the top pieces on King's gear, because he's an HP based unit, I went top left piece is crit chance, top right piece is crit damage. You don't need attack rolls, of course, because why would you? This will actually give us damage cap, because we're going to petrify here unless we kill, which we might. We do. Almost a mil. Yeah, maybe, I mean, obviously, to begin with, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not great. But the fact that this doesn't have, like, Power Strike or anything like that, a single target from King, I don't know, kind of wild, but you know, they're testing these characters, I would assume, before they release them, so maybe they were just like, hey, HP based, he's really strong, he does not need to have an additional, like, modifier on top of his stuff, so, yeah, I don't know, it's working, so I'm not complaining. So far, so good. Okay, got a human team. The shield, I think, is really the only, like, big issue that we're having to begin with. Why are people running... Oh, wait, I think it's just part of her passive. Does she just naturally have immunity? I don't remember. Let's do this. Grab some stacks for Lancelot first before we throw on this, because it's only going to affect her first anyway, and she's immune, so it doesn't really matter if we use it. Okay, so we grab a couple stacks for Lance there. Actually, did we not? Why did we not mark? Am I stupid? I feel like I'm stupid. I feel like I keep missing small things, and I'm like, why is that happening? We did not mark with Lance there from using the Elaine single target. I'm done. Boom. Didn't even break the shield on that, which is actually kind of crazy. Let's go Stance. He has Failing Grade at the moment. Stone Needle, that's from... What does Failing Grade even look like? Oh, it's this one, minus 100%. That's funny. Okay, let's do this to petrify him, and then let's go ahead and smack Bon with a single target here. Break the shield. It does. We petrify. That's good. Good damage there, actually. 252 is not bad. Okay. The held backliner could be a small issue. Not actually sure. Oof. We don't have any... We don't have any single targets. We don't have any single targets. And we also don't have any king single target. What am I saying here? We don't have any king single targets, so we can't petrify him. And he has hell. So this is not what I would call good. Oh, wait. We remove ultimate. I feel so stupid. I'm gonna put this out and you guys are gonna roast me. I'm fine with it. I don't care. But there's so many little intricacies that I'm just forgetting. There's so much going on. I think it's Lancelot's Holy Relic, if I'm not mistaken. He hasn't had it for that long, and honestly, he hasn't really been meta for a while. Like, he's not bad by any stretch, but blah, 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 blah. No, okay, he's not removing. It's part of Elaine, I guess. Oh, okay, it just removes ultimate move cage. I'm stupid. Oh well, it's not in our hands anymore. We'll see how it goes. I assume it's not going to go good. That ultimate's going to be rough. We'll see. We'll see about it. The fact that they have the hell buff is not good. Well, yeah, I should have tried to get King's ultimate a little earlier there, I think. And then we would have been chilling, I think. This is not good. This is going to kill us, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Escanor's still strong. Shocker. Big surprise. Okay, they're going first. So I'm interested to see how this goes, actually. We popped the mobility off of him first thing because of that. This could be interesting. That was a lot. Oh, that's insane. The fact that we're tanking the hits from Escanor is pretty wild to me. I wonder if he, like, so I know a lot of the times counters go through damage cap. I can only assume that's going to be the same for him as well. I'm hoping that we could do this. Remove his flames. Because we can't kill Shinra right here. He still had mobility anyway. So that removed his flames. Which means that if he attacks with Escanor here, we could potentially kill him with a counter. It's a level 1 counter. Okay. Obviously, this was a learning experience, alright? Roast me all you want in the comments. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Not only do I have to worry about my 4 characters with their page-long passives and holy relics and, you know, all this other stuff going on, but I have to worry about their passives and all of their stuff going on. The game just gets more intricate, okay? Cut me some slack. I'm acting like you guys are already roasting me. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Let's mark first, because why not? We'll put failing grade on, because why not? Okay, we did mark there. Do I just need to use Lancelot's card to mark? I thought everybody could mark. Oh, actually, is his passive 4 Knights and Humans for the marking part? Because that would make sense why it wasn't acting like I thought it was. Ah, if we could have killed there, that would have been really nice. Stun Lance. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. Okay, not too bad. I'm going to merge into a level 2 on this, because why not? And then we're going to throw debuffs back on. We didn't get a single target, so I can't petrify for a damage cap right now, but I don't think I need it at the moment. Plus, every time I get the single target, like, he's ramping up so hard that when I get the single target to be able to petrify again, like, I end up killing the unit off, and then I can't petrify. Obviously, it would be good for, like, Escanors and characters that have damage caps and everything. 1.2 is wild. But in a setup like this, where there's no damage cap on the field, 1.1 is wild. We'll give Elaine the kill here. We'll just, well, I should have put a stance on for the backliner whenever they attack, but oh well. I think we're gonna call it on this one, but at the same time, there's a lot of learning here, and I'm having fun. This is a cool team. I like it quite a bit, and I just like the fairies in general. So I will definitely be messing with this again. Whether it's just throughout the week on my own, or I may do a video. Every time I say that, I feel like I don't end up putting one out, and then I feel bad about it, so I'm not promising anything. But I do want to keep playing with this team. It's very cool. 1.5 on a single unit with the ultimate. It's old Valenti, so it's not super surprising, but we're almost to Challenger already, so far I think that this king is really cool. Obviously, the LR on Elaine is, I assume, going to be necessary to really run this team, and that means you're going to have 100 LR seals to be able to up her and everything, which could be an issue for people. I completely understand that, but so far, loving it. Actually really liking it. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.